You were tuned in to G5 Jeff TV. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the share button as you come on in. Follow your boy on Instagram and Twitter at BoxingFirst Jeff TV. Also, the podcast, the Boxing Plug podcast, is coming, so be on the lookout for it. Now, I read this in an article, and I thought it was a joke. Like, I thought somebody was playing games with me. But then I read it again, and I was just like, damn, like, this is a real article. Like, it's crazy. Keith Thurman actually came out and said either Errol Spence need to fight me or he needs to leave the division. I'm reading, I'm like, what? I'm like, did he say what? I said, let me read this again. So I read it again, right? And my eyes did not deceive me. Keith Thurman actually said either Errol Spence fights me or leave the division. And I'm like, yo. So let me give y'all a little bit of background as far as Keith Thurman is concerned. When Keith Thurman was in his prime, like on top of his game, I would argue with anyone that he would have beat Spence in his prime on his A game. I would argue that with anybody. Okay. I'm a big time Keith Thurman fan. But what he said is absolutely crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And it just goes to show in the sport of boxing that, you know, if you have the power and you have the juice, then you use it. You know what I'm saying? But if the tables ever turn, don't get mad if that other person don't respond to you. And this is a classic situation of that. Now, Errol Spence, when he was on the come up, he was calling out Keith Thurman. Floyd Mayweather said, hey, listen, Keith Thurman, you fight Errol Spence. If you beat Errol Spence, I'll fight you. Now, Floyd has made a lot of promises to people and never came through, but that's neither here nor there. But Keith Thurman was the champion at 147, had 2 belts at 147. Errol Spence calling him out. Keith Thurman, he act like Errol Spence didn't exist. And once Errol Spence got to a point to where he was really, really knocking at the door, then Keith Thurman started to have injuries and things like that. And I'm not saying he's had the injuries because of Errol Spence, but that's what happened. And with Keith Thurman right now, I'm not going to say he's desperate, but he just don't look good making a statement like that. People looking at him like he's crazy. Because it was like, yo, when you was on your A game, you could have took Errol Spence. You could have took Errol Spence before he got to where he was now, or where he is now. So the thing about it is Keith Thurman's looking for a fight. Period. He's looking for a fight. He's fought Danny Garcia. All right. Let me break this down for y'all real quick. He's fought Danny Garcia. Nobody wants to see that rematch. He fought Sean Porter. It was a great fight, but nobody wants to see that rematch. It has no significance at all. He's fought Manny Pacquiao. Lost to Manny Pacquiao. Now, I had Thurman winning by a point, but I'm in the minority on that. But he fought Manny Pacquiao. Floyd Mayweather's retired. Everybody else is just there. You know what I'm saying? Errol Spence is the only person he can fight that's going to be of some significance. And I know you're probably thinking like, oh, but what about Bud Crawford? What about Bud Crawford? Listen, we all know Al Heyman's not going to let Keith Thurman fight Bud Crawford. That's just what it is. We all know that. Outside of Errol Spence, Keith Thurman doesn't have any fights that would be basically an even fight. And what I mean by even fight is that it's important and he can get the money that he wants. Anybody outside of Errol Spence, he's talking Jamal James, he's talking Yordenis Ugas, he's talking Jerron Boots Ennis, guys that are very good, but They don't have Keith Thurman's name, and it'll be a high risk, low reward for Keith Thurman to fight any of those guys. So, in a sense, I can understand Keith Thurman making a outrageous statement like he did, because he has to draw attention to himself. But Keith Thurman's been so inactive over the past couple years and not promoting himself over the past couple of years. He's in the middle of the pack as far as 147. He's in the middle of the pack, and he's going to have to work his way back to championship status. So he's going to have to beat a Jamal James, in my opinion. He's going to have to beat a Yordenis Ugas, in my opinion, or even a Boots Ennis before he gets a Errol Spence fight. You think Errol Spence forgot about all of those denials and what he would call ducking from Keith Thurman? He gonna make Keith Thurman go through hell before he take a shot at Keith Thurman right now. Like, Errol Spence is arguably the top welterweight in the world, and Keith Thurman, name is on the decline. And that's just what it is at the end of the day. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. G5 Jeff TV. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Please share this video. Support your boy. Support good content at all times. I appreciate y'all. Peace.